Hey YouTube, I'm back. I know y'all like, wait, who are you? So I posted a video last year and I'm back, okay? You wanna know what's been going on? Let's get into it. Roll the credits. Roll the credits. When I first started doing YouTube, bitch, I only made one video. But when I first started doing it, my goal was to make a video every week, and it didn't really turn out to be that. I was dealing with a lot of personal issues, a lot of personal things, not issues. Well, they were issues, so issues. But yeah, I was dealing with a lot. And I had to work on myself, and that's what I did, actually. I did that throughout the whole year, and it's been 12 months. Wait, one moment. Hey guys, so this is my second camera where I could just talk to you guys a little more, be a little closer to you guys. The reason why I came to this camera is because I do want to say you might be seeing me like pet my desk. I call it my carpet desk. You know, it's kind of like a fidget spinner, like where you're nervous or whatever, and it kind of like eases your mind, and it feels really good. So I have it, but when we're over there and you're seeing this, it's just because I'm nervous, bitch. Mind your business. Let's get back. So the last 11 months, I've really been working on myself a lot. Before all this happened, I thought that I would document it and I would put it on YouTube and I would have all the answers. Bitch, why I thought that, I have no clue. What answers I thought I had, I didn't. It just was not happening. I couldn't focus on making videos when I was not happy with myself in any capacity. I was just a living being, nothing else but that. Like, and it was just sad, and I needed to figure out why that was. And so, okay, so I'm beating around the bush. I don't know, this video is kind of hard for me to make because, like I keep saying, been through a lot this year, but I am still addicted to drugs. For the last 3 years of my life, why do I feel comfortable talking to you guys compared to the camera? What the fuck? Get back over there. Last couple of years have been so dark, so scary too. Like, I grew up very goofy. Like, that's my main trait. And when I noticed myself losing myself, like the essence of me, of who I am, I felt like vanished. I would have these moments where I would wake up and realize, I mean, of course, and I was a heavy user. I would wake up in these moments of like, where I would come back, like myself, where I feel like would come back, and I would look around and I'd be like, oh my God, just petrified of what's around me and what I'm doing and just what I'm allowing to go on in my life. I felt like I had no control over it. I just knew one thing, and that one thing was the drugs that I was taking, and that's all I focused on. Everything else around me just fell on the wayside. As time goes on, it just gets worse and worse, and I'm getting really depressed, and I have really high anxiety, but this depression I've never felt before, and I didn't know like it was depression until I was getting out of it, actually. It just felt normal to me. It was weird. I would be in bed, literally, I'm not lying, and this is during the pandemic, but even before the pandemic, I was in a pandemic. Like, when I tell you I put myself in solitary to where nobody could get a hold of me, that was for a while, a long while, and it lasted before the pandemic, kind of through the pandemic, and after the pandemic. Nobody could talk to me, and it put so much on me. Like, loneliness is so crazy because I'm blocking everybody from me. I'm telling everybody, I'm not even telling anybody, I'm just not talking to anybody, right? But I'm craving a conversation, like just a simple conversation. Like I said, I'm only 11 months clean. And I'm not gonna say only, because 11 months is a lot, bitch. Okay, stop. No, I'm super excited that I've been a year clean. I was going through, back to what I was saying about the depression. I would be in bed for weeks. I would walk my dog at 2 to 3 in the morning, knowing no one would be outside, knowing that I wouldn't have to encounter anybody, because I was so afraid. Afraid of what? I don't know, but afraid of everything. It's like, and when someone would get a chance to have a conversation with me, I would clam up, freeze up so bad. And like for me, my head would just be racing, like, and I couldn't get anything out. And so it would just look so weird. If you notice, I was kind of getting a little flustered there. It's just because when I think back to what I was going through, and I'm like, look, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. It was just very hard to cope with realizing that I'm addicted to a drug, and I'm not doing good on it. And that's where, for me, I stood the longest, because it's like, I want to get out of it, but how? Really, that's how my brain was. I would be doing it all, but I would just be like, how do I stop? I don't know. Let's go back. These last few months, I've done a lot to kind of shift my thinking, because I think that's what it was like my thinking was off. I was thinking I couldn't do this, I couldn't get out of my situation. I was doubting every step that I would take. There was a few things that kind of, I feel like, got me on the right path. One of them being, I was watching Frozen 2, and there's this one song, fuck, what is it called? Shit, hold on, please. Okay. It's called The Next Right Thing. And when I tell you, when I first heard that song, I immediately burst in tears. For me, crying is a normal thing. I cry almost every day. But in the lyrics, she says something like, when you don't know what to do, just take the next step. You don't have to focus on the journey, where you're going, and just take the next step. Focus on just that. And I don't know, it hit me so hard. Y'all go listen to it. It's cheesy, but good. I think about that song every day almost. When I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing, or if I feel like I'm not where I want to be, just relax and know that your next step is your choice. If you are putting your all in trying to make yourself a better person, then when you're making that choice, it'll be the right choice. Another moment that I relive quite frequently is, so I love to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. That's probably something I am religiously watching. During the seasons, RuPaul always shows a picture of the queens when they were a kid. The question is, he holds it up and he asks the queen, what advice would you give your younger self? And I just feel like for the LGBT community, we look at that question, it holds so much gravity. What would I tell my younger self? What would I give advice to him? And I just broke down crying, like, oh my God, he probably wouldn't even want to associate with me. He would probably be frightened of the person that you became. You were not supposed to do this. This is not the route you're supposed to go down. It hits me hard. I even think about it now. I'm just like, God. And I feel like that was one of the motivators to get me motivated to get off drugs. Speaking of Drag Race and how it connects with our younger selves, when I was 18, when I was younger, there was this campaign called It Gets Better Project. I was like, oh my God, I want to be a part of this. I was out at the time. I mean, I was out pretty young. And I'm like, I want to tell everybody that it's gonna get better. Because at the time, the campaign was about suicide and how definitely the LGBT community has a high rate of suicides. And so you're supposed to make a video and you're supposed to talk about how you overcame your circumstances and it eventually got better, right? So I posted a video, you know, with everybody else that did. It was back in 2010. And I re-watched that recently. See, when I was younger, for me, I always thought that I was gonna go into the work of helping others, and I wanted to be a do-gooder. I wanted to save the fucking world if I could. Like, that's what I envisioned myself. You know, watching that video of me really thinking I knew what's what and what life is about and how you can, actually, do you guys wanna watch it? I can show you a few clips. It's super cheesy, just like this video. Nothing's changed on the cheesiness. I don't know, let's watch it. Play ho. I know that it'll get better for you because it definitely got better for me. And if you wait just a little bit longer or a year or two, I know it seems long, but high school goes by fast, like so fast. And so it's gonna get better. So that was me. I just think that video, for me at least, it brings me joy because it made me realize just how pure and innocent I was and how far I drifted from that. But I still felt that way. I still feel like I'm innocent. I call it like, oh, I'm just Marcus. No one would think of me as like a harmful person because I'm not. But when I was taking drugs, baby. I mean, I've changed so much over the last 11 months. And when you say it, it seems like 11 months is not a long time, but bitch, putting in that effort, it makes it drag on a little bit. The first 4 months were just so challenging. I was trying to, I was clean, but I wasn't feeling good and I wasn't feeling like I was there yet. And then after 4 months, 4 to 6 to 8 months, that's when like things started really changing. That's when I made my Bumble for friends. I started going on more trips with friends. I started actually doing things with people. I noticed like this changes, like, wow, okay, I see this, you know? And now I'm where I'm at now, and I wake up every day with a smile on my face. When I tell you that's big for me, because during the worst part of my depression, I never knew this was possible, but you can wake up and just tears already be crying. You could already be crying waking up. Like I haven't even thought of anything yet, but yet there will be tears coming down from my face because I was just that depressed with life. And that would happen for me for a while, but no more, baby, no more. So there's a few things that helped me get to, I think, where I am now. Of course, like I said, that drag race moment and the Frozen 2 moment. But also, I promised myself that I would see the moon and the sun every day. That does sound super cheesy, because it is. I'm cheesy. But no, for real, for the longest time, I wouldn't see either of them. And those two things in life are constant. You're always gonna see the sun at the time the sun comes up, and you're always gonna see the moon when the moon comes out. I figured, like, why not promise yourself to make sure you see both? Because they're both beautiful. They both create so much beauty in the world. So I do that every day. I started hiking because of that idea. And I wanna continue to grow and continue to be this beam of light like I feel like I am. So that's why I wanna start putting videos out again, start to put videos out, because I have a lot more to say. And so with all that being said, I'm so happy that I could have this conversation. For me, it was kind of hard to have. This is the first time I've been kind of really open and honest with my sobriety. And I try to make it as known as possible, because I feel like if you are gonna be in my life, you're gonna need to know my past. And I think it's healthy to not be embarrassed about it. Yeah, I was addicted to drugs. Now I'm not. Now I'm living a happy, well, I intend to live a happy life. And that's the thing. Every day for me is not at all good. I have days, oh my God, I have those days. It's just one of them days, you know what I mean? I'm so happy I was able to make this video. It's been such a long time coming. But I'm in such a better place than I would have been if I started back last year. I'm not sure what type of videos I would have been making. I don't think I would go the route that I'm going, but I feel like this is the way it should have been. And so I'm so excited, and I hope you guys come on this journey with me, because I have so much more to show and say, and hopefully I get more used to the camera, because it is a little awkward sometimes. But I hope you guys had a good time. I love you guys. Whoever's watching this, I love you especially.